If you're over 60 and feeling a loss of intimacy, low energy, or decreased sensation, down there. Here's a hard truth many doctors won't tell you. It's not just aging. In many cases, it's poor circulation. Clogged blood vessels silently cutting off the blood flow. Your body needs to feel alive, connected, and confident as a man. I'm Dr. Antony Holloway. I've spent over 30 years helping men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond reclaim their strength, health, and relationships without pills, surgeries, or gimmicks. And what I've seen time and time again is this: the body responds best to gentle, consistent movement. When we stop moving, we start fading, physically and emotionally. Here's the part most men never expect. What you think is lost forever can often be restored with just 4 simple daily exercises. These movements can boost blood flow, rebuild strength at your foundation, and reignite physical and emotional connection. In this video, I'll show you exactly how these exercises work, why they're so powerful, and how they've helped thousands of men over 60 rekindle their intimacy and confidence, naturally. And one of these exercises may be the most important 2 minutes you'll ever invest in your health. Before we get started, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time. Tap the bell so you never miss a video made just for men over 60. And if this message speaks to you, drop a 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, drop a 0. Your feedback helps me make this even more helpful. Why movement is medicine after 60. As we age, it's easy to believe slowing down is just part of the deal. We walk a little less, sit a little more, and over time, we grow stiff, tired, and disconnected from our bodies, our partners, and that spark we used to take for granted. But here's what most men don't know. It's not time that's aging you. It's stillness. When we stop moving, circulation drops. Blood flow to your muscles, brain, and intimate areas weakens. The nerves that carry sensation go dull. Strength fades. Not because we're old, but because the body isn't getting the signals it needs to stay alive. Movement isn't just physical, it's biological fuel. It tells your heart to beat stronger, your blood vessels to stay open, your hormones to keep firing. And unlike medications that only mask symptoms, movement works at the root. It restores. Even 10 to 15 minutes of the right exercises can reawaken your body's natural healing systems. You'll feel warmer hands and feet, more stable legs, better posture, and yes, more sensation, control, and connection in your most private moments. This isn't about running marathons. These are low-impact, targeted movements designed for your body, over 60. Movements that gently activate circulation, support your pelvic foundation, and reignite your nervous system without pain or strain. I've seen men in their 70s and 80s get more out of these exercises than from years of pills. Why? Because the body wants to respond. It just needs the right signal. So let's get started with the first one, the very movement that's helped thousands of men feel alive again from the ground up. Exercise 1, the seated pelvic rock. I remember Alan, 68 years old, who came into my office feeling defeated. No major illness, no injury, just a quiet ache from the distance growing between him and his wife. He said, "Doc, I feel like the lights are going out in parts of me that used to feel alive." What Alan didn't know is what so many men overlook. Intimacy starts with circulation. Without good blood flow to the pelvis, sensation fades, arousal weakens, even confidence takes a hit. But the good news? It's reversible. The seated pelvic rock is one of the most powerful restorative moves I recommend. Here's how. Sit tall in a sturdy chair. Slowly rock your pelvis forward and backward. Breathe as you move and stay relaxed. It might look simple, but you're activating key pelvic floor muscles. the very ones that control blood flow, arousal, and performance. As you rock forward, you direct blood into the lower abdomen. As you rock back, you gently stretch the base of your spine, where tension often blocks flow. And over time, something remarkable happens. Men report warmth returning, tingling, a quiet spark they thought was long gone. That's not magic, that's circulation. That's oxygen-rich blood, nourishing tissues, responsible for pleasure, performance, and connection. And this isn't just about physical function. It's about rebuilding the foundation of intimacy. When blood flow returns, so does sensation. With sensation comes confidence, and with confidence, real closeness can thrive again. So don't just listen, try it. Your body hasn't forgotten how to respond. It's simply waiting for the right signal. And the next signal starts at your feet, but its impact reaches all the way to your heart. Exercise 2. Toe raises and heel taps. When we talk about intimacy, most men think of the heart, the mind, or just one specific area. But there's a key part of the body almost every man overlooks: the feet. Years ago, I met Ron, 72, newly retired, a sharp thinker. He came to me not for pain, but for something deeper. "I just don't feel connected anymore," he said. I asked him one question. "When's the last time you stood on your toes?" He laughed and realized he couldn't remember. That's where we started. Toe raises and heel taps are simple but powerful. They stimulate your calves, which act as your body's second heart. When these muscles contract, they pump blood upward, fighting gravity and feeding your pelvis with fresh circulation. Here's how to do it. Stand behind a chair. Slowly lift onto your toes. Hold. Lower back down. Then lift your toes off the floor, tapping your heels. As you repeat, breathe steadily. This motion reactivates your entire circulatory system. And for many men, the change is fast and noticeable. One man told me, "After just 2 weeks, I woke up in the middle of the night. Not from pain, but from feeling something I hadn't felt in years. Sensation. Arousal. Like the lights were coming back on." That's the power of movement. That's what's possible when blood reaches the places that matter most. And the next exercise takes it even further, targeting the core muscles that fuel strength, stamina, and deep connection. Exercise 3. The bridge lift. Over the years, I've seen one movement transform how men feel in their own bodies and in their relationships. It's called the bridge lift, and it's far more than just an exercise. This simple motion sends a powerful signal to your body. It's time to rebuild. When you lie on your back, bend your knees, and slowly lift your hips toward the ceiling, you're not just shifting your weight. You're restoring circulation, waking up nerves, and strengthening the muscles that matter most. The bridge lift targets the glutes, lower back, and most importantly, the pelvic floor, the group of muscles responsible for erectile health, bladder control, and that essential sense of physical connection. When these muscles are strong, they improve blood flow where it's needed most, give you more control and heightened sensation. But when they're weak, everything suffers: circulation, intimacy, and confidence. I've had men tell me they felt disconnected for years. Then, after just a few weeks of doing this one movement daily, they began to notice subtle, powerful changes. More energy, better posture, a new kind of confidence. And yes, their partners noticed too. Because when circulation returns, so does connection. And when you feel that spark coming back, not just physically, but emotionally, it reminds you that your body hasn't given up on you. If you've been feeling frustrated or distant, this is where you begin to turn the page. Don't wait for motivation. Just commit to a few minutes a day. It could shape the next chapter of your life. Now, While the bridge lift strengthens your foundation, the next exercise is going to surprise you. It doesn't require strength or flexibility, just attention. You've been doing it your whole life, but probably not in a way that supports healing and intimacy. Let's move on to the final piece of this puzzle. Exercise 4. Deep diaphragmatic breathing. There's nothing more essential or more overlooked than your breath. One of my patients, Walter, 70 years old, once said to me, "I feel like I've been holding my breath for years." He wasn't just talking about oxygen. He meant stress, tension, distance in his marriage, and a quiet, lingering feeling that something vital was slipping away. But what changed everything for Walter wasn't a prescription. It was learning how to breathe again, fully, deeply, with intention. Diaphragmatic breathing, sometimes called belly breathing, is a simple but profound technique. When done right, it does 3 crucial things. It relaxes your blood vessels, improving circulation. It calms your nervous system, shifting you out of stress, and it increases oxygen-rich blood flow to your brain, muscles, and yes, your most intimate areas. This kind of breathing helps restore physical function, lower blood pressure, and reduce inflammation. But more than that, it clears the mental fog that often stands between us and real connection, with our partners and with ourselves. Some of my patients have reported incredible changes after just a few minutes of daily practice. Better sleep, clearer thinking, and for the first time in years, a genuine sense of presence. That presence, that clarity, that return to yourself, it all begins with breath. A new chapter begins with small steps. If you've made it this far, you may be wondering, what now? Here's the truth I've seen again and again in over 30 years of working with men. Aging doesn't break a man. Giving up does. Too many men retreat from the things they love: affection, movement, connection. Not because they want to, but because they start to believe it's gone forever. I'm here to tell you, that belief is a lie. You're not broken. You're out of practice, and your body, at any age, is waiting for a signal to begin again. The 4 daily exercises you've learned today, pelvic rocks, toe raises, bridge lifts, and diaphragmatic breathing, are small but mighty. They reactivate your body's natural systems. They strengthen your foundation. They return sensation, confidence, and connection. I've seen these simple steps help men rediscover parts of themselves they thought were gone. I've seen relationships rekindle, not from grand gestures, but from small daily acts of movement, breath, and care. This isn't about turning back the clock. It's about fully living in the body you have now, with strength, clarity, and presence. One patient, Bill, 69 years old, told me his wife recently said she missed the way he used to hold her. Not just the touch, but the feeling of being there. We started with these same 4 exercises. Within weeks, his posture lifted. His voice got stronger. And one day, he came into my office and said, "She held my hand this morning, and I could actually feel it." That's what this is about. Not chasing youth, but embracing your next chapter. So here's my challenge to you. Start today. Don't wait for it to feel easy. Just choose one exercise. Give it 5 minutes. Then do it again tomorrow. You don't need permission. You just need to say yes to movement, to breath, to connection. Because it's not too late. This is not the end of your story. This can be the beginning of a chapter filled with strength, warmth, and closeness. So take a deep breath, stand tall, and begin. If this message spoke to you, like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and comment the word "begin" below. Your journey starts now, and I'll be right here with you.